several European leaders are giving their clear backing to Libya's opposition. But inside the country, the thought is that the concern is less about their safety and more about money. The confusion and chaos continues amid the constant shift in the balance of power. Oksana Boyko is in the rebel stronghold of Benghazi, where people fear that any help will arrive too late.
Hasty and unabashed, the uprising in eastern Libya is like most of its participants, young, impulsive and irreverent to the regime. Like this 22-year-old who had never held a gun before, let alone used it.
My father showed me how to use it a few weeks ago. I'm ready to die for my country.
Many in Benghazi proclaimed their readiness to sacrifice their lives for the liberation struggle. Now this heroic rhetoric is becoming a real prospect. As the pro-government forces edge closer, a bloodbath seems all but unavoidable. International deliberations on what to do about the Libyan uprising have been going on for so long that many people in Benghazi no longer hope that help will come. Instead, they are appealing to Allah, their last hope, as the Gaddafi forces are closing in on the embattled city. Friday prayers in Benghazi were the most passionate so far. City residents turned their palms to the skies that many hoped would have been declared a no-fly zone by now. As more coffins arrive from the front line, high spirits have given way to a sense of abandonment. After several weeks of encouraging statements from Western capitals, many here feel deceived.
I'm sorry to say that for Mr. Obama. We expect that you are real democratic and liberty, looking for liberty for the peoples. You look for money first, to take the Gaddafi money first, and let the Libyan people kill every day and every night and everywhere in Libya.
Meanwhile, the city's artists are mobilizing their best resources to boost morale. This song has become an unofficial hymn of the rebellious youth. Gaddafi preying upon his people is just one of many themes that local caricaturists have adopted for their visual offensive. Impromptu exhibitions like this one are now on display in almost every rebel-controlled city. The Libyan leader has unexpectedly unleashed unprecedented creativity in his people. As yet, there are no signs of people leaving Benghazi, partially because some are really finding themselves in a catch-22 situation. Leaving now may be seen as betraying the opposition. Staying for too long may lead to persecution later on.
It's very hard to say what the balance of forces is there, how many people are for Colonel Gaddafi, how many are against him, and indeed whether that situation is changing. Many people within Libya have turned against Colonel Gaddafi's government because they feel that it's a repressive government. They're turning now, following the examples in Tunisia and Egypt, to seeking freedom of speech, freedom of organisation, and wanting a democratic form of government.
Ironically, it was in Benghazi that Muammar Gaddafi began his quest for power 42 years ago. A young revolutionary, he overthrew the king in a bloodless coup with calls for liberation and an end to tyranny. Those who oppose him now are even younger and demanding the same things. But that's where many fear historic parallels might end. Oksana Boyko, RT, Benghazi, Libya.